Hello, everyone. My name's Timothy, and I got a couple things that we got to address. I'm a disabled United States sailor veteran, and a few things that we got to address the problems with the VA. But through this process of having a lot of problems with the VA, we're now recognizing that we're having problems with elected officials. Politicians are supposed to serve the people that have elected them. They're supposed to serve the community. They're supposed to be proactive and aggressive. I was incarcerated last year. The date of this video is May 25th, 2018. I was incarcerated in 2017. The VA has given me an incarceration pay rate, is what they've given me. And they've given me that because they're saying that they need proof that I'm not in jail. Well, they've called me on my cell phone multiple times. I've walked into the VA office countless times. And I even got a letter. And this is the letter. The letter says, let's see if you can see it. The letter says, what do we need from you? They need proof that I'm not in jail in order for payment to be reinstated to me. So we've contacted two senators, we meaning Alexandria, my wife and I, have contacted two senators' offices, one in Bryan and one in Dallas. And I can tell you the one in Bryan, Alexandria, what's the name of the representative in Bryan?
Okay, the representative in Bryan is Congressman Bill Flores, and he's in Texas District 17.
Well, let me tell you the flaw with Congressman Bill Flores' office. We've been talking to Miranda Henderson. Miranda Henderson, every time we call, she says, well, I have not heard back from the VA, I have not heard back from the VA. All the VA needed was to know, and we've sent it to them many times, the date that I got out of jail. That paperwork's been sent to them many times, not just through Bill Flores' office, but through another senator's office as well. And but when I talked to Miranda, she says, well, I have not heard nothing back from them. Well, if you're going to just sit there and wait for a phone call from the VA, then you're not proactively serving the community or the people that need your help. I proactively and honorably served my country, and I was injured while I served my country. I attained a couple of disabilities actually, and so I did not sit and wait on a phone call. I was proactive in everything I've done in my military life. Miranda Henderson, on the other hand, is sitting there and waiting on a phone call from the VA, when simply she should be following up with the VA and putting pressure on the VA so that they can get this done. Because if the only thing they needed was the date that I got out of jail, here's the thing. For the last 4 months, they paid me an incarcerated rate. Okay, I've already lost my vehicle. I'm losing the place where I'm staying at because I can't afford the bills. So while Miranda Henderson is sitting in her air-conditioned office paid for by the taxpayers and waiting on a phone call, instead of calling them and saying, hey, look, because she also sent them the paperwork with a date on it, I just got paid again an incarceration rate, which is crazy because I'm not incarcerated. And so with that being said, the VA in Waco, the regional office in Waco, is really a disgrace to the entire VA system. The regional office in Waco has screwed me up over royally. They've sat on my paperwork. We've sent them forms, and they've said, well, we haven't got the form, but we sent it to them by fax and emails and mails and everything. And then they're saying they haven't gotten it, and that not only have we sent it, but also Senator John Cornyn's office has sent it. So, when we got nowhere with Senator John Cornyn's office, because although I'd say that we got nowhere, the difference between, and Alexandria, what I'm going to say, between Senator Cornyn's office and Senator Flores' office, or Congressman Flores' office, is that at least Mike, even though Mike had an attitude that works for Senator John Cornyn, at least he proactively called them. Miranda Henderson, on the other hand, is just sitting there waiting for them to call her. And we know the VA system is flawed. They're not going to pick up the phone and call her. And so she needs to call them. I mean, you know, I'm about to be a homeless veteran. I've already lost my vehicle. And because they want to pay me an incarceration rate. And this is coming from a Waco regional office. This is a real problem. And I'm sure that there's a lot of other veterans over there that's been screwed over by the VA. But what we did is we started this YouTube channel, Project Accountability. So now we're going to, they lit a fire under my ass. And so what we're going to do is we're going to organize protests outside of politicians' offices and outside of the regional offices of the VA. And so in order to do this, we need y'all to communicate with us. The Yahoo email account that I just started today is projectaccountability@yahoo.com. Please email us if you want to get into any of these protests, or you want to call. You know, I would call, and I don't have the phone number for the Senator Flores' office or Congressman Flores' office, but if we had that
actually, if I can step in, if you want to contact Miranda Henderson from Congressman Bill Flores, the number is 979-703-4037.
So that's the phone number, folks. I'm about to ask her to repeat that one more time for y'all. But that is the phone number for if you wanted to contact Miranda Henderson and ask her why she's just sitting there waiting on a phone call. I have no idea when I'm about to be homeless. And that's why I'm doing this video, and that's why I started this. But I'm telling you what they've created now is an activist who's going to organize protests and who's going to get outside of these offices. The Waco regional office is a disgrace. The politicians in Texas cannot control it. And so anybody who's been screwed over, not just by the Texas VA system, but by any VA system in this country, please contact us, because this is a brand new Project Accountability, and we're on this now. And so we got to hold our politicians accountable for what they got the hell elected to do, which was serve the people of the state. And so we need to hold them accountable as well. And so there is I feel like no work's really coming out of the Senator. Is it Senator Flores? That's the name of, that's his title, Senator?
No, it's Congressman Bill Flores.
Okay, so Congressman Bill Flores, I guess, is appropriate title. I feel like nothing's coming out of that office. And so in the way of aggression and the way of getting things done. And we need politicians that are going to get things done. At first I had hope that his office was going to get things done, but it does not seem like he's going to get things done. When you have Waco Regional VA office saying that all they need is proof that I'm out of jail in order to restore my payments, and I've been giving them proof now for 4 months, and two senators' offices, well, a congressman's office and a senator's office, has been giving them this information as well. And I went in person, and they personally called me on my phone. When this shit is going on and this is happening like this is an injustice to me, and the VA is playing games. Whoever's running the VA regional office needs to be held accountable for their actions. And again, this is Project Accountability, so yeah, we're going to hold you accountable. Not just that, but guess what, we're getting protests ready, buddy. Whoever you are, male, female, I don't know who's running the regional office, because it's damn near hard to find out anything about what's going on within the VA system. I've talked to people in Utah, I've talked to people in Arizona, and both of those regions have told me that if I was in their region, I would not be having this problem right now, that it would be corrected already. And they don't understand what's going on with the Waco regional office, on why they're screwing me over. Not just that, but the Texas Veterans Commission has a guy who's working in the office in Austin, Texas, and that dude, he basically, when I went in his office, he said, oh, well, this is going to be fixed. All we got to do is sit and wait, and it's going to be fixed. Well, it didn't get fixed. So the Texas Veterans Commission, guess what? Y'all got a problem with that dude that's working in the office down there. I don't know what his problem is, but if you're going to have representatives for us, you need to put representatives that actually give a shit for us down there.
And I think what you've just said to everybody out there. The problem seems to be huge in Texas, because you're saying you're talking to other representatives in other states, that the problem here lies in Texas, where maybe people are asleep at their computers. I'm not quite sure. And for the listeners to know that we started faxing proof, and we have documentation of all of this to back all of this up. We started faxing proof to the VA February 16th.
Yeah.
Which part of the proof included a letter from your attorney. So it doesn't get more official than that. So this is what we had started on.
Letter from the attorney, bail bonds letter, I don't know if they have a severe problem with their brains where they can't process things, but they're getting paid money to do work and they can't get it done. But the politicians now that we know is not just with the VA. Politicians are actually part of the problem too, because they want to sit and wait on a call. At least in Bryan, Texas, the politicians want to sit and wait on a call. I will give what is it, Jeff or John? Damn, I can't remember right now. John Cornyn's office, I would give him props for the fact that at least he was aggressively calling them. Nothing came of it. But my representative is supposed to be right here in Bryan, and guess what? They're waiting on a call. Well, how long do you think you're going to wait on that call? And I will be homeless before this is resolved, because you just cannot get it through to the Waco regional office that I am not incarcerated. I clearly I'm not in jail, and we've been saying this for 4 months now, and they've been paying me an incarceration rate, which is an injustice to me.
And I think the thing that we have to mention too is that February 23rd, you had actually went to the VA in Austin, and we have a date stamp that the VA representative actually faxed proof to Waco, and we have the date stamp. So that was February 23rd that an official representative from the Austin VA faxed it to Waco.
Okay, as you know, because this is a new channel, we don't have much time. I'm already at the 12-minute mark. But with YouTube, I don't know what the time constraints are. But yeah, we have stamped and dated proof on everything. Stay tuned for our next videos, folks, because they're going to be very interesting. We got proof. We're just not making it up. And let me just show you the stack of shit that we sent to the VA. This amount of paperwork, which is crazy. This amount of paperwork that says, hey, hey, guess what? I'm not incarcerated. And they can't get it through their fucking heads, and neither can the senator or the congressman's office get it through their heads. All right, that's it for us. You got anything else?
Nope, that's it. Like I said, it'll just be more explosive as time goes on.
Bye.